All right, thank you for joining me once again. This is your March 6th cryptocurrency market update, and we're going to get into the Q&A session after this. I just want to make sure I get everything covered, and then we'll go into Q&A at the end of this. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I appreciate you all. A lot has unfolded over the last couple days since we've been here live last. So we're going to try to get it all done here relatively quickly, and then we'll get into the Q&A so we can answer your guys' questions. Coming from Digital Asset Investor, the Federal Reserve, a monopoly on money, was planned. Remember, you guys know every time we talk about the Fed, I have to put up my book that I've had for over a decade. The Federal Reserve, a monopoly on money, was planned at Jekyll Island, Georgia in 1910 by representatives of J.P. Morgan and other wealthy families. It's not a coincidence that we are now finding out that Ethereum, token issuance, and DeFi monopoly involved J.P. Morgan. They've had a hand in this thing since the very beginning. And just like Dan Pena said, when you know who created Bitcoin, you couldn't run to sell it fast enough, and that it would go to zero instantly. So that tells me that we had the Wall Street JP Morgan guys in on Ethereum, and we most definitely had early Wall Street in on Bitcoin, along with some intelligence agencies over the shoulders of whatever developers you want to think cooked it up, whether it was Putin, whether it was Hal Finney, Elon Musk, doesn't matter. I guarantee you the intelligence agencies had their, they were looking over the shoulders, okay? Here's the patent from JP Morgan filed, and this is from TaiG XRP. Here's the patent JP Morgan filed in 2013. I'll say it again. Ethereum is JP Morgan, and JP Morgan is Ethereum. Here's the link. It's a method and system for processing internet payments using the electronic funds transfer network. I do believe they're talking about using Ethereum in this patent. This is from 2013. Okay. This is from XRP Crypto Quebec. Here's why there will be no audit of the Ethereum Foundation. Because it was created in Zug, Switzerland, and Swiss law on accounting and financial reporting has no requirement for a foundation to have an auditor. They were very smart about how they did this. Joseph Lubin and team, the Wall Street boys, they're very smart. They know how to do this. Absolutely. Speaking of pyramid schemes, we have Anton Nell, who is one of the Time Wonderland guys. He says, Andre and I have decided that we are closing the chapter of contributing to the DeFi crypto space. They're done with the Ponzi scheme, guys. They made their money. They're heading for the hills. They might get caught up in a lawsuit, but probably will try to pay their way out of any jail time if they ever do get sued. But they're done with the pyramid scheme, the Ponzi scheme, Time Wonderland, and the other DeFi protocols. And this is why you're seeing Phantom get wrecked, and a lot of these other coins too in this DeFi space. I mean, just the whole monopoly of DeFi BS that was going on underneath this guy is incredible. But they've decided that they're done, saying there are around 25 apps and services that we are terminating on the 3rd of April, 2022. Most notably, that's your Yearn Finance, Keeper Network, Multi-Chain, Chainlist, Solidly, and looks like a couple others maybe. But it's pretty unfortunate to see this happen. As soon as I saw all these DeFi protocols coming out, I said, guys, be careful. Take your money and run on them. As soon as you make back your initial investment, pull it out, because this is not going to last. Now the TikTok kids didn't like hearing that, but I was telling them Time Wonderland ain't going to last, and then it dropped 90%. Then Jade Protocol dropped 90%. Then all the rest of them dropped 90%, essentially. So, not going well. This is from Jack the Rippler, and this is just comparing Swift's Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP, and I thought, I didn't actually... Someone said that $50 billion worth of crypto has been raised. It was one of the posts that I wanted to cover, but I don't think that I brought it up. But I did post yesterday how sad it is, how much has been lost in miner fees and gas fees, all of the Bitcoin and Ethereum that people have sent to Ukraine and other places across the world, to Canada, and just in general last year. Like we talk about Ethereum, the amount of gas fees that got burned held back the crypto space from probably doubling in size, literally. Instead of hitting 3 trillion, we probably would have hit 4 or 5 or even 6 trillion without all of the gas fees and Bitcoin miner fees that we've been paying in this system so far. But we have Swift, takes 3 to 7 days, transaction fees $50. Bitcoin, 10 minutes up to a day or longer sometimes. And the Bitcoin transaction fee is $50 as well. Your Ethereum speed is 1 to 10 minutes and the transaction is $100 plus. You have XRP 1 to 3 seconds and it costs you less than a penny. Okay. So I just think it's a shame that we've sent all this money over to Ukraine, over across the world, you know, to these people in need, and the amount of gas fees and amount of fees that have been paid to miners just by Bitcoin and Ethereum. It's an absolute shame. Let's get an update, a little chart update from Dark Defender. Hi there all. Let's update XRP on the daily charts. There will be a strong breakout on or before the 2nd of April. By the end of this month, we should have a strong breakout. XRP targets $1.26 and $2.12 above 77 cents. So he's saying that if we get back above 77 cents, we might be moving. That first target is going to be $1, or he has first target 77 cents, but really the second wave up would take us to that $1.26 level. Multi-year resistance is at $1.70. Yep. So before we break up above $2, this thing will probably come on back to $1.70 before it continues back up, breaking $2 again. But, you know, at this point, this is a waiting game. We're watching this lawsuit. We're going to get into the update at the end of this. But strap in. I am salivating, waiting. If we dip, if we get these bear markets, I am loading up. They will not shake me out of these protocols that are going to run the new financial system. These new reserve currencies, they're not shaking me out. If we do dip, if we go down, if we miss this bull run, we're going to be loading up. I'll just leave it at that. Ask yourself why the XRP rich list was removed at a time when a pending lawsuit could be settled at any moment. This is coming from NFT Bull. Or no, this is Willy Wonka. OG XRP community member, Willy Wonka. Very interesting timing of that. Yeah, and you know, we still can watch the ledger and see what the whale movements. And as I've been showing you guys, the whales are making moves in terms of XRP and others. We had one transaction, 400 million Stellar, moved back to the Stellar Development Foundation. Yeah, they're moving it. Now, I wanted to talk about this. Investigation is needed for Coinbase. Halted trading of XRP for Ripple lawsuit, but not the Ethereum and ERC20 tokens for consensus lawsuit. Never distributed Songbird tokens for XRP holders. Not a coincidence. Punishing XRP while promoting ETH. I will say this. We have to hold Coinbase accountable. I'm not a Coinbase shill, but I've got another level of respect after Coinbase said that they weren't going to shut down their users in Russia. So I'm patiently waiting for my Songbird tokens, which they most definitely already should have been released to us. Okay? But I'm being patient. I understand that Coinbase wants to do everything within compliance. And we don't have compliance. We don't have regulatory clarity. And I do believe that Coinbase is just playing their part in this whole world stage as far as the cryptocurrencies go. I do believe that Coinbase will eventually give us our Flare when Flare launches. I do believe that they will give us our Songbird. I believe that they are just playing their part. They're waiting, right? They're waiting. And maybe we'll see what happens with Ethereum getting in the consensus lawsuit. We'll see if they ever go after Ethereum, if the SEC does. And we'll see what happens with the ERC20 tokens. I would love to see Coinbase relist XRP. But after they just said that they weren't going to shut down regular Russian people, I have a tremendous respect for Coinbase, right? And for the average beginner, they do get the job done. So I'm not a shill for Coinbase or anything like that, but I'm just saying we're ready to hold these guys accountable. I'm just being patient and I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt that they're getting all their ducks in a row. They're playing their part on the world stage and then they're going to release it to us and they're going to be happy to buy back your XRP at 10 bucks, when you think you got rich and you're ready to sell your XRP at 10 bucks, they're going to be very happy to participate in that transaction. I believe that Coinbase knows what's up. And they're going to get a chunk of that money before they start to flip the switch on XRP, when we get our little pump to 10 bucks that we've been waiting for. I believe that they'll be positioned. Now, I've been showing this guy's diagrams, his little pictures here, XX_1133_1221_11 on Twitter. This guy, he's been putting together these illustrations, and I think that they're incredible. Really helps you understand. Now, this is the BRICS clearing networks. This is the BRICS clearing network. So you have to understand, even though they've been participating in SWIFT, just because they aren't doesn't mean that they don't already have the network connections between the system for transfer of financial messages. That's basically their version of SWIFT in Russia. And you have the cross-border interbank payment system, or CIPS, in China. So these are integrated networks that are already making the deals done. Here you go. In the Bank of India, you have the structured financial messaging system. So they all have their own version of SWIFT or messaging, right? What's funny is I had a kid yesterday who made a video, Zach Rector is wrong about 10,000 XRP. And he said that his main argument was that SWIFT doesn't settle. SWIFT doesn't settle anything. They're just a messaging platform. And it's like facepalm. Like, dude, yes, that's the whole problem. That's the whole advantage of XRP, is you have the messaging and the settlement all done at once, at no cost, instantaneously. That's the point, bud. SWIFT doesn't settle. They're not going to use XRP. Dude, that's the whole point. Is that XRP's the settlement token. XRP settles the value exchange from whatever central bank digital currency to the other central bank digital currency. Right? These kids are funny. They think they got me. Nathaniel Rothschilds put out this tweet. Don't act surprised when the stock market falls 70 to 90%. Our money system right now is a complete joke. It's broken. You have to hold much physical silver and gold coins, and especially XRP, on your ledger. Food, water, gas for cooking, wood, solar lamps, candles, first aid also. This person knows. Remember, we hold reserve currencies. We hold the reserve digital assets of the new quantum financial system. And we also are making preparations so that we can survive the coming times and the crisis at hand. It's not just about, hey, what crypto are we picking so that we can catch some gains, bro? It's so much more than that. So much more than that. Let's get a Ripple versus SEC lawsuit. So this is coming out from Jeremy Hogan. And guys, remember, I listen to these guys. I listen to their timelines, what they're sharing with, and I greatly appreciate Jeremy Hogan and everyone who's been doing this. John Deaton, God bless these guys. It's just, for me, it'll happen sometime in the next year. And when it does, we're sitting perfectly. I don't care. I don't want to waste my time thinking about, is it next month? Is it 3 months away? Is it September? Is it going to take another year? Oh my gosh, one more year. I don't waste my time thinking about that. But let's get this update. Jeremy Hogan, this could be a good clue right here. This could be a really good clue. When will the Ripple versus SEC case end? Ripple thinks it will end sometime between August 21st and November 18th. This is what Jeremy is speculating. In its pending class action, Ripple agreed to move the case start back to November 18th in belief that the SEC case will be finished before then. Of course, it can settle any time. So if we go look at this, it looks like this is the class action lawsuit. I forget who this is for, but yeah, they've basically it will end sometime between August and November. They have agreed to move the case start. Yeah, so they moved the date back to November 18th. I think that we're going to see the financial reset done this year, most definitely. I think that it'll be done by September. And I think that you'll see the final bits and pieces, like the rollout will happen over the next couple years, right? But the main destruction and rebirth is this year. Now, this new agreed date is November 18th. And they say, due to the overlap of factual and legal issues between this case and the SEC action, the parties agree that there are efficiencies in having certain aspects of the SEC action precede certain deadlines in this action. Doing so will reduce the burden on the parties, streamline discovery in this case, and potentially reduce the burden on the court by narrowing the issues in dispute. This is a great find from Jeremy, honestly. And you know, I've been saying, you know, this thing's over in the next year. Doesn't matter, next month, next year, September, October. But this is a great find. So I think, yeah, I mean, that pretty much confirms that it's going to be done this year by November. And like I always ask, do you have your bags packed? Not financial advice. He says, I think Ripple thinks it wins the SEC case in September and October, and then this case, and then this class action goes away to collateral estoppel. Yeah, so basically, yeah, they're able to use this case. Yep. But if Gary doesn't want to lose, then he'll just do a settlement. A settlement would be the answer. What do you consider a packed bag? Having at least a couple XRP, couple XLM. Let's get into the Q&A, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you all. If you guys could hit that thumbs up for me, I'd greatly appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for tapping the screen, sharing the stream, TikTok. Yeah, a settlement is the SEC's out in the lawsuit. Absolutely. What is the opinion? What is your opinion? The minimum amount of XRP one should have for life-changing reruns? Even just having 10 XRP in a wallet is going to matter. I know that's not the answer you want, but that's all I can say because I can't answer that question. People are going to sell literally when we go up to $2. People are selling now. I'm getting DMs now. People are selling now. They've capitulated now. So I can't tell anybody how much XRP to hold. I can't tell you how much is going to be enough. 90% of the people don't have the mentality that's actually going to help them keep the wealth or keep the riches or keep the gains. Please talk about XDC. Yeah, I need to put together like more XDC information. Do you think a settlement this week per John Deaton's tweet? I didn't see John Deaton's tweet. But yeah, basically they have to discuss settlement for the next 2 weeks. So we're in a great spot over the next 2 weeks. We'll see what happens. I'm waiting. So discovery ended on the last day of February. So the first 2 weeks, it's 14 days. From the end of expert discovery, they have to talk settlement for 1 hour. A 1 hour conversation. The timing would be incredible if we did get a settlement. Most definitely would save the SEC and Gary Gensler from at least taking this L. They've lost the case 100%. As I've been stating in the last year, they never had a case. When the day the XRP got, or the Ripple got sued, I was sad for like a day. I was like, what the heck, man? And then after thinking about it for a day, I was like, nope, this is it. This is the confirmation that I needed. The XRP's the one. There's a reason why they're stalling this up, this whole world stage, right? That was the confirmation for me, the lawsuit. I said, okay, yep, everything that we thought about this coin, we're right on target. We're seeing the Bitcoin at 39K, Ethereum broke 27 down to 2,630. God, I hate covering Bitcoin and Ethereum. It's so boring. Oh, Bitcoin at 38. God, I'm so over Bitcoin and Ethereum completely. Let's get something done. XRP at 74 cents, holding. Started to move a little bit without Bitcoin and the rest of the crypto space lately, but you know, I don't really get too excited here yet. But let's watch for that price action. That's going to be the alert that the settlement's inbound. We start to get some crazy pump for XRP strap in. What are your thoughts on Songbird and Flare? Going to be massive. Love it. DeFi for XRP ledger. It's going to be incredible. What do you say to all these people on Twitter who say XRP is a shitcoin? People don't believe it's worth holding and won't go to 3 digits and beyond. I just think that hopefully they'll have fun staying poor. Hopefully they'll be able to make it in the new world. Really hoping we get a settlement and that we don't have to wait till September. Yeah, I mean, guys, patience is key. You got to keep your eyes on the prize. A whole new financial system's being rolled out. This isn't about little gains, a little pump to $10. This is about how much of the new financial system, how much of the payment flows, the networks, the SWIFTs, the CIPS in China, the Russian system, how much of the BRICS nations trade, how much of the commodities market will be tokenized on these ledgers, on these blockchains. If we even just get a little bit, this is not going to be a $10, $50. 3 digits gets us started. So everybody wants to know price. How much do I need to hold? I think XRP goes to 5 digits, $10,000 plus. In our lifetimes, if we're able to live, literally, if we're able to live through the world war that we're now in and the situation that we're now in. If you're able to survive, it's a 5-digit coin, in my opinion. And if we're halfway wrong, then yeah, we're back at 3 digits. We'll do fine. Absolutely fine. But in regards to how much do I need this and that, I think we're talking about a 3 to 5 digit coin easily. Easily. So there's your deal. And I do believe that 5 digits, yes. 10,000 plus, yes, I do believe it. I don't know if it's 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. I don't know if we'll survive. Yes, we'll probably have to have a digital ID to use it. Can you please do something on the Spark token? Yeah, I should probably put together something about the DeFi system. I've just kind of been waiting for Flare to like fully get ramped up and released, you know, because like we're still speculating somewhat. Songbird and that network's going. Spark is the test. Songbird is the test. Songbird is the test network for Flare. But yeah, just so everyone knows, I believe in 10,000 XRP. If we're halfway wrong, if we're even 75% wrong about XRP and what it's going to be, we're still at a 3-digit coin. Baba's saying he's buying XLM within the last hour. What do you think? Yeah, I mean, remember, Baba likes to troll. I pulled up in his spaces yesterday and I asked him 2 simple questions. He kind of danced around them, but yeah, I believe that XLM's at a great price right now too. And I believe that the suppressed coins are the coins that haven't hit their all-time highs since 2017, but are still solid coins. XRP, XLM, and IOTA. Those are the suppressed coins. Those are the only coins that I'm personally buying right now. Haven't bought IOTA yet though. But yeah, I agree. I will believe $100, but I can't, Zach. Okay. You need to study more of how big the internet of value is going to be. You need to understand how big the capital markets are now, understand how big derivatives are now, how much Swift moves, and remember that just Swift is just one part of this. You have to understand that 99% of cryptos are going away. You know what I found interesting too is on my video that I made, how to evaluate cryptocurrencies. And I said, I know you guys are going to make fun of my bag and all this and whatever, is the amount of people in the comments that are telling me what coins I need. And it's like, you guys pipe off louder than some of these influencers as far as like shilling your coins. Like I would never say, you have to have these 5 cryptos, right? Which is what everyone was doing in the comments. And yeah, a lot of the utility coins that they're talking about, I believe in. But it's funny, they hate on influencers like myself for talking about projects, but in the comments, it's you have to have these 5 cryptos. Like, is that financial advice? But yeah, I showed you guys my bag yesterday, exposed my whole portfolio to you guys. I do want to reallocate, but here's the thing is I'm not reallocating really any of what I already got. I'm holding everything I already got, and God willing, we'll get an alt season pump and I'll be able to dump the rest of my cryptos besides XRP. But I'm not reallocating as far as repositioning. I will just put more money into crypto. So compared to my overall portfolio, I will say this: I have more than 25% of my overall everything net worth in cash, heavy cash. And I'm talking about USD in my bank account, not in stable coins. I understand I could be earning all that. I'm trying to stay flexible right now. And the big kicker for me is I'm relocating in a couple months, heading to my bunker, and I'll report to you guys from the other side. In a few months, I'm going to be moving. So I'm looking at a mortgage. I'm looking at raising interest rates. Hopefully we'll dump the real estate market, and then we'll be able to swoop up a deal there. So that's why I'm cash heavy. Otherwise, I would be putting all of that cash into stable coins so I could get 10, 20%, whatever on my USDC. But right now, I'm just in USD in my bank account. And like I say, I still am broke, guys. So I'm right there with you guys. I understand the struggle, the stress of trying to buy now, buy later. If you want to just take it away, just start dollar cost averaging and have, I'm saying right now, if you have a chunk of change, not financial advice, but if I had a chunk of change that I was going to put into crypto this year, I would invest 1/3 of it now, and I would save 2/3 of that cash for the bear market. That's just me personally. I want to be able to buy this bear market. I want to be able to buy the blood in the streets that's coming. Help in 60 seconds. Yeah, make sure you guys go follow Help in 60 seconds there in the chat. He is in our Discord helping us with our tech support, and he also, James, is putting together tutorials on his channel. So make sure you guys check that one out. Help in 60 seconds there. It says, show some love for the research Zach has done by smashing those thumbs up and share the stream. Thank you, James. I appreciate that, brother. Yeah, thank you, guys. Matty G TV deleted all of his videos. He's gone. That's interesting. Matty G TV gone. If you're holding cash in the bank, what if the bank crashes? Aren't you worried? No. Nope. I have essentials. I have the resources that I need to survive during those times when the system gets turned back on. Either it'll be the same USD in there, or the new system will be rolled over. Most likely the new system will be rolled over and will be on central bank digital currency. They will have done the reset. It's going to be the same dollar as far as what that is. So I don't worry about that. The only thing I'd be worried about is if you have $250,000 in one bank account, that is the maximum FDIC insurance. Which, I mean, that's a whole nother rabbit hole of how bust that is. But when we're talking here, you and me, most of us here are broke. We don't have that problem of having $250,000 in one account. But yeah, that's my advice there. Why can't you answer how much XRP we need? $10 is hard to believe, man. Can you explain a little bit more? Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I was being kind of facetious, but essentially 10 XRP would allow you to open up a wallet. You need 10 XRP minimum. So that's why that's going to be my answer when people ask me how much. But the reason why I can't is because people are going to sell their bags. So 10,000 XRP is going to change someone's life, but then you're going to have another person who's going to sell it $5 and only make 50 grand. So that's why I can't say 10,000 XRP is enough or 100,000 XRP is enough. And I don't know your life. I don't know how rich you're trying to get. I don't know how much wealth you're trying to build. All that aside, I don't know how stupid you are with your money. And I'm not addressing Shane Music who answered that or asked that question. I'm talking about all of us here. I'm stupid with my money. Guys, yeah, cryptocurrency is the only thing that helped me start saving my money. So that's why I can't answer. You have to do your research on the project. And you should never ask an influencer that question. If you're asking that question, you haven't done enough research on any coin, not just XRP, any coin. And if someone tells you an answer to that question, you need to check who you're listening to. If someone gives you an answer to that question, you need to check who you're listening to. I told you what the price was going to be, though. 3 digits if we're 75% wrong about XRP. If 75% of our theories about XRP are wrong, we're still doing well. Have I heard about Project Genesis BIS? Yes, I have. Can you do a mortgage with crypto? Yeah, all that stuff's coming, and I am excited for that. Yeah, for me, I'm waiting for all of the legitimate programs to come out for leveraging my bag, for taking out a loan, for staking, for all that, especially with my XRP. Did I miss much? Oh, we're just in the Q&A. Yeah, the first 20 minutes of this live were the cryptocurrency updates. What happened to Codius? Is Polysign maybe a rebranded Codius? No, Codius is the most advanced smart contracts platform in the world. Polysign is institutional grade custody. They told us that Codius was dead back in 2015, I believe, but we know that they're still working on it low key. Some people have theorized that Codius became Flare. That's not confirmed, but we'll see what happens. You know, I'll tell you what, Arthur Brito is the ghost of this whole thing. David Schwartz is working with Arthur Brito on XRP. They created XRP with Jed McCaleb. David Schwartz, Arthur Brito, Jed McCaleb, the three that created XRP. And then Arthur Brito, you can't even find a picture of this guy. There's literally like 2 pictures online of Arthur Brito. It's unbelievable. And they went on to go work on Polysign and Codius. Yeah, a lot of people believe that Flare was a rebrand of Codius. That's not confirmed. But we'll see, you know. I'm super excited for Flare, let alone whatever ends up happening with Codius. But guys, that's it. That's the trifecta right there. Institutional grade custody with Polysign, the most advanced smart contracts in the world, Codius, and the best digital asset ever created, XRP. That's a game over. You know, Fugger is a real old money name. I didn't know that. Ryan Fugger was working on Ripple Network back in 2004 before Bitcoin. Yep. Honest opinion on the Nexo website. Yeah, they're solid third-party audit. I like it. I like that they paused their earning on their interest, their whole Nexo earn program. I like that they paused that so that they can come into regulatory compliance. That's good. 10 spot from Crypto King. Thanks for being a truther and spreading the facts. Much love, brother from Arizona. Crypto King, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. If you guys can help spread this message while we still are here, you know, the censorship is real, so we're going to continue to hit it hard. I did actually just create a Rumble account, and if you want access to our exclusive community, head to zachrector.com, get in the Discord. Sign up for Patreon, get in the Discord. We got 67 spots left in the Discord. Free Radical 5 spot, thank you. How's it going? It's going great, man. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you guys are having a blessed Sunday. We did the current events update. Now we're in the cryptocurrency and the Q&A session on this one. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys could hit that thumbs up, TikTok, tap the screen, share the stream. Appreciate all of you guys. If you want some merch too, head on over to the website as well. We got the XRP merch and we got some new drops coming on the way. Thank you. Remember, I have nothing to sell. I don't do any paid promotion, okay? We take a fee. If you want to get into our community, because we got to keep out the trolls and the haters and the people that want to tear us down, okay? And because of the amount of resources that we are now providing in this thing. We really, and I keep on getting told by people that I could charge way more, but I've tried to keep the prices down. We did just recently bump up the price, 17 to 33 bucks if you want to get in. And that's the deal. 67 spots left. Thank you for tuning in. What's your thoughts on Backed? Yeah, Backed is basically, they're going to be doing, well, that's for Wall Street. Yep. DAI has been covering Backed for a while. Yeah. We did get the fresh cut yesterday. That's right. Are we going down now? Market's sideways, basically. Let's take a look here at the chart. Let's take a look. Thank you for tuning in, guys. Whoa, what's going on here? 5-minute chart, we're shaking. 5-minute chart, we're moving. Pumping up to 39, dropping back down to 38. This thing's moving. We're way zoomed in on the 5-minute chart. Let's back her on up. Let's back her on up to the 4-hour chart. Let's take a look here. Macro picture, zoomed out. Okay, on the 24th, we set that most recent low. Sorry, that was yeah, 24th of January, 33K. Since then, sideways action. Thoughts on Proppy? I don't like that it's on the Ethereum network, but it's cool to see the first use case for real estate and crypto. Basically, that's good to see on the Ethereum network. That's a mistake. Yeah, watching it closely. Algo's under 75 cents right now. Is that true? Yeah, that's a good price. Yeah, that's good. A lot of the coins have gotten down to a good price. I did see the video of Jeremiah Invest video on me. Yes, I already addressed it. He basically was saying that the problem with Swift using XRP is that Swift is just messaging. It doesn't do settlement. That's the whole problem, is that it doesn't include settlement. That's why XRP is better, is because it has the rich payment data, being an ISO 222 standard, and it settles up and actually exchanges the value. So that's the whole problem, and that's the whole use case of XRP. That's the problem being solved by XRP. XRP sideways as well. $0.74 for XRP right now. Are we going to miss the alt season? That potential is definitely there. Definitely there. Is AI managing crypto markets with algorithms? Yes. 100%. Yeah. I've always thought Bitcoin was a weapon to destroy the Western economy. Well, yeah, I mean, it basically does take away from the proposition of the US dollar. What do I think about drip? Are you talking about Reaper's drip program? CRO easily doubles this year. See, that's why I don't invest in CRO and a lot of these other coins. At best, they're going to do a 2 or a 3x. The coins that hit all-time high last year, especially during this, I'll say this, because it's so tough to talk about these price actions because people misconstrue what I'm saying. if we get a final alt season pump over the next month or two to finish off this thing before we head into the depths of the bear market, if we catch a pump, a lot of those coins are not going to give you that great of returns. Maybe a 2 or a 3x at best. The coins that I'm invested in, I'm looking at 5x to 10x for all of them. And that's over the next month or two. Once we get through the bear market and we start the utility run, then yeah, that's a different story. Space Pathfinder, thank you for that Euro 5 spot. What do you think about privacy coins like Monero? I don't do any of them. Personally, I think that it's pretty impressive that Monero has not been able to be taken down by the government. That's impressive, but I don't mess around with them. I don't have any need for them, really. I say that now, but you know, maybe the government will come shut me down at some point. I don't know. I'll just go live off the land at that point. And see, that's what I was talking about earlier in my video, is we all have our line in the sand. At some point, you might not want to participate in this new world order, this new world that they're working on. If they do win, if the evil wins and runs the world, that's fine. I'm just going to buy a farm or move up into the hills and live on a ranch with my family and try to live in peace. And but here's what I'm doing right now, is I'm resisting this evil. I'm in the fight every single day. Talking about cryptocurrency, current events, and how to prepare ourselves for the greatest transfer of wealth in world history. I want to participate in this transfer of wealth so that I can do good with my money that I make. I don't care about driving a Lambo. I don't care about a stupid mansion. I want to live in peace, live free, have a happy and healthy life with my family and my friends and my community. And I'm going to resist this evil every single day. Does Ripple, in theory, have every ability to slowly dump the escrow onto retail? They haven't been selling XRP to exchanges since 2019. They're only selling it to the on-demand liquidity partners. Could, in theory, they dump on us? Well, they could dump 1 billion per month for the next 3-4 years, I think, is how long the escrow will last. They get 1 billion per month released to them. And yes, they could just dump it onto the markets, but that would not be good for Ripple or the XRP ecosystem. And XRP is the heartbeat of Ripple. So whatever they do with the XRP, they want to make sure that it benefits the whole ecosystem, because that benefits Ripple. So they don't have an incentive to dump on us. I think Zach does own some Monero, but the biggest rule of Monero is to never publicly admit you own it. Yeah, no, I don't. But yeah, I mean, they basically are getting 1 billion every month. They're returning 80% of it back to the escrow, and then they're giving 20% to their on-demand liquidity partners exclusively, which means that that's XRP that's not going into the hands of you and me, where we're just going to hold our little bag of XRP on our ledger and hold on for dear life. This is XRP that's actually going to be utilized in cross-border payments or other liquidity solutions, which is what we want. That's really going to have to drive up the value. That's the difference between what I'm trying to invest in and what a lot of the crypto space is looking at. I don't want it to be a DeFi ecosystem that's used by you and me, broke Joe Blows. I don't want the coin to be for us. I want it to be for the banks, the financial institutions, and for enterprise solutions that actually have trillion-dollar problems to solve, not you and me with $500 to invest. Me and you both put in our $500, we're not moving the coin. We're not driving value. And even if we do pump it, even if we do get in on a pump and dump, a blockchain gaming coin that has no value, but all the TikTok influencers push it and dump on us, then you participate in the pump and dump, and then you got to find the next one. What we're investing in is it's going to increase in value and never come back down. The value will have to be maintained because the liquidity has to be maintained. And that's the difference. I don't want it to be for us. I think the escrow has already been sold to the IMF or the World Bank. The deals have been done. We're just waiting for the deals to be released. You have an opportunity, thank God, that we can acquire XRP at what, 70 cents, 80 cents? Even those of you that bought over $1 and you're in the red on those ones, you'll be fine in the end. You'll be absolutely fine in the end. Don't invest more than you can afford to lose. Enjoy the show. And our thoughts and prayers go out to everyone being affected, because I wish we could just sit back and enjoy the show and it's cool. We just watch Netflix. The new financial system gets rolled out and we get rich, but that's not how this is going to roll out. That's not how this world stage is set up. It's set up for a massive amount of destruction and death before we roll over. And you know me, I'm not trying to be dark. I try to stay positive with my message, but that's the reality of it. Destruction and rebirth. Ukraine is the epicenter of this, but it's all over the world. And that's been my whole point, is it's not that I don't sympathize with Ukraine. It's not that I don't sympathize with these people. It's that that's the epicenter, but we have other situations going on too. So strap in. Like I said, we got to survive if we even want the opportunity to thrive in the new financial system by holding the reserve currencies, the utility protocols that will run the new financial system. We have to survive to make it there. And that's a real battle. Markets have been bear for 6 months. Yeah, I mean, yeah, back in December, right? Who else called the top back in December? Like Waters Above, BC Backer. I get my info from them. There was no one else that was really calling that. Any opinion on Kraken? I like the statement from Jesse Powell recently about not shutting off Russia and basically the hypocrisy of the West and the US. I like Jesse Powell for that. I don't use Kraken though. Do I think gold will still hold value? Yes. You have 440 shares of Tesla stock? Yeah, I mean, I don't participate in the stock market. The only thing I'd be doing would be pre-IPO. Pre-IPO. If you're buying off of the, guys, this whole thing was a setup. The whole retirement accounts, 401ks, all that was just a setup. By the time the stock is available for me and you, Joe Blow, the insiders have already pumped it. The owners of the actual company have already pumped it. So it's the same thing in the crypto space. By the time it releases out of Infinity Pad or DAOmaker, and Pablo, Brian Ross, Blockchain Boy, and the rest of the gang are all pushing it, the insiders have already gotten in on it and they're selling and dunking on you. Same thing in the stock market. That's why I would only be doing pre-IPO stocks like Ripple. But yes, absolutely, the returns that you're going to get off of even pre-IPO, I don't think will compare to cryptocurrencies, the actual coins that are going to be needed. Is Phantom a rug pull? It's not really a rug pull because it's still there. It's just those guys, yeah, I mean, it's somewhat... Yeah, guys, I mean, they're going to hit us this year. They're hitting us this year hard. 22 is a master builder, master destroyer number. It is no coincidence. We're in a Shemitah year. This is when they always reset. This is when we always have a pullback. We're in a war. It is hot. We will be affected. They just now started to cut off the pipelines to the West in Germany. Russia did. Just now. We're already at $4 gas here in America. Any YouTubes that can help me not be a degen with margin trading? I stopped doing futures trading last year. That's different from margin, but yeah, I stopped trading last year. Did you watch the recent video on Real Vision Finance, Energy, Food, War in Europe, and what's your thoughts? This is a setup by the powers that be. This is a setup absolutely by the powers that be. They don't care about us struggling back home. They don't care about us struggling in the West. They need to destroy it so they can release the new system. They have the solution already planned. And this is what I've been saying, is that we could roll over to this new system and it could be all peaceful and happy, and new technologies could be released to us, and it would just be sunshine and rainbows. But these people are sick. The evil agenda that we face, they want to destroy us before they build it back up. That's how they operate. Order out of chaos. They love it. They live off of it. They literally eat it up. They're not going to let us have a smooth transition. That's not how their program works out. Biden's already sold us out. Our country's screwed right now in America. It was handed over to Joe for this collapse, for this moment. Nobody likes Joe now, right? It's a setup. Sold us out to who? The central banking system, the military industrial complex, big pharma. $10 a gallon in UK. $10 a gallon. That's crazy. Getting rough out there. Real people are going to be affected, and that's why this situation for me, it's always been so serious. We have been in a transition for the last 5 to 6 years. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, under Trump, he reduced taxes on the rich, and he reduced regulations, which basically just allowed the rich to compound their wealth. And you can go back and you listen to Dan Pena, what he said. He said, this is the start of the greatest transfer of wealth in world history. It started with Trump. And he reduced the taxes on the businesses, corporations, and the rich. And then he reduced regulation as well. So that allowed them to just boom, right? And then now here, they kill this thing. Now they destroy it, which allows them to buy all the blood in the streets. So then they even have more control. BlackRock buying houses in America, right? Like 1 in every 7 houses is owned by some sort of institutional hedge fund or BlackRock. So this is the greatest transfer of wealth in world history. We're already in it. We're already in it. And a lot of people are going to get left behind. A lot of people are. But yeah, it actually started under Trump with him dropping the taxes for the rich corporations and then reducing regulations. And so that really started it underway. And you can go back. I remember Dan Pena saying that. He said, this is it. He said, this is our time, kids. This is our time, kids. And through the massive inflation, the people that already own the assets, their wealth is compounding 10, 20% per year at least, right? Without doing anything. Because they're already in the real estate. They're already in the stocks. They're already in the cryptocurrencies that matter. They're already into the precious metals. And what is Warren Buffett doing right now? Sitting on the most cash he's ever been sitting on. The best investor in the world, deemed by a lot of people, is sitting on a record amount of cash. waiting to buy your blood. BlackRock trying to be classified as too big to fail, and that's directly from Jim Rickards, right? Jim Rickards been over the target for forever. Jim Rickards, yeah. BlackRock gets all the attention because they're public, yes. Yeah, I'm seeing it in my area too. These hedge funds, these big money Wall Street types are now buying residential real estate, and they're getting into the real estate game heavy. Yeah. Seattle's a great example. The prices in Seattle went absolutely nuts. Cash allows the rich to buy retail panic. Absolutely. Did I sell my XRP before the cash crash? No. I wouldn't play with your XRP at all because you don't know if you're going to be able to buy it again. Buffett is a puppet and in bed with the governments and the central banks. This is the thing, guys, is you need to watch what they're doing. Bill Gates, the largest owner of farmland in the United States right now. So for me, yeah, okay, maybe these guys are bad, maybe they're evil. And don't get me wrong, I don't like these guys at all. But you got to watch what they're doing. You got to watch what they're doing and understand why they're doing what they're doing. Warren the Buffett sitting on a record amount of cash. And then you have Bill Gates, the largest owner of U.S. farmland now. And that's because he cares about us that he's doing that. Will real estate crash soon? I don't think that you're going to see a massive, well, okay, it's all relative in real estate. So Seattle's already gone down in price by quite a bit. The high-flying speculative cyclical markets, those ones get beat up in price. Those ones get beat up bad. But you got areas in the Midwest that are just on that steady linear path up. They appreciate at 3%, 5% per year, and they don't move. They don't move, you know. They might move sideways, but they don't get the crazy swings like we do on the coastal cities. Seattle, San Francisco, LA, New York, Miami. Those are the markets that maybe have a crash, but I don't think that we're going to see that in the overall real estate. That's a whole other conversation with real estate, though. And they've got it so fixed, I don't know how much they're going to let it crash. Now, a lot of the mortgage forbearance programs have come to an end. They're not really doing that anymore, and it's time to pay up come March 1st. So, I don't know. I'll tell you right now. Someone, never mind. I'll say too much. Never mind. Why aren't they stacking crypto then? They are, right? We just showed you guys at the start of this how JP Morgan has been in on Ethereum since the very beginning. They've been running in the show in cryptos since the very beginning. And you mentioned about Harmony One. I don't know anything about Harmony One. Just if you guys want to ask about a crypto, most definitely, I'm going to say that I'm not interested in it and it doesn't get me excited. There's very few that do. But if you want to evaluate it, go watch my video called How to Evaluate Cryptocurrencies that I just dropped, little whiteboard session, and that'll tell you how to evaluate it. 99% of cryptos, I don't care for at all. They don't get me excited. I don't even spend the time researching them because they don't solve big problems. They're not working with the people that matter. Harmony 1 is a good project with potential, but I prefer to buy API 3 over Harmony 1. API 3, Chainlink competitor. Yep, Menelec, that's a good point. Yep. Does Dan Pena invest into XRP and other cryptos? Nope. No cryptocurrencies, no stock market. He's all in cash. Yeah. He says gobs and gobs of cash. That's what he says. Sensei, thank you. Sensei. I hope everyone appreciates exactly how much work Zach is doing for all of us here and how much work it took him to attain this depth of knowledge. Thank you, Zach. Yeah, I know. Everyone sees like just the last year. They just started following me over the last couple of months. But yeah, I've been studying this stuff since I was in high school. I bought my primary house in 2011 for 320,000. It's worth almost 700,000. Stupid crazy. Yeah, exactly. Maybe time to take some profits off the table. I don't know. Right? It's tough with the real estate, man, because it's hard to replace. If it's your primary house where you live, you got to have a place to live. I'm paying $1,850 a month for a humble abode, is what I'll call it. A humble abode that gets the job done. It's not fancy by any means. 3-bedroom, 2-bath apartment here in the Pacific Northwest. $1,850 per month. We're looking at moving to a nicer place here, right, in a few months. The rents in my town now for a newer place are $2,400 minimum, upwards of $2,600. Minimum $2,400. And I'm not in Seattle. I'm not in the city. I'm in a small town where people want to live here because it's not the city. For people that want to, escape the city, they're coming to my area. And this is during a time when the Canadians have paused buying down here in America for the most part. Remember, I live right across the border, right? So the Canadians were eating up our properties, coming down and paying cash. And now that's paused over the last 2 years for the most part. They're not really buying it down here. And the prices are still going up. Tony with the 5-spot, thank you, man. Thoughts on buying inverse ETFs to mitigate downside risk? Yes, we were talking about that in my Discord. I forget what it is. SQQQ is the stock or something that shorts the whole stock market or something like that. I don't participate in the stock market and I don't want to be in it during this time. I don't trust them. They'll turn off the exchanges. I don't know if my orders will go through. Maybe they'll end up paying it out, but I don't like that. I just don't like it. I like shorting the system by owning what they're going to need on the other side, right? So I don't want to be in the markets and playing the trades when this stuff's going down, when they turn off the switch. I don't want to be caught up in that mix. I want to be investing in the assets that they're going to need on the other side. Thank you. Thank you for the cap. I talked to a loan expert recently, and they told me that my $1,850 a month would only get me a $300,000 mortgage. That's the max loan amount that I could take out with my current situation. They said 300 grand's what we'll give you. Anything over that, you'll have to have a down payment for. You'll have to pay for anything over top of 300,000. 300,000 in my area gets you a shack. It was laughable. I was like, well, thanks for the conversation. That's cool. I can get a shack or like a complete remodel fixer-upper. Complete down to the studs fixer-up. I can get a lot for 300 grand. And like I was warning about, we're seeing that the mortgage rates are already front running the Fed raising the Fed fund rate. So the Fed's supposed to raise interest rates. Well, the mortgage rates are already starting to front run that. So you're paying 1-2% more for your mortgage rate than you were just a few months ago. So it's getting crazy. Will there be a settlement? We'll see what happens. We have over the next week. I'm assuming you live in Blaine, Washington. Yes, that's why I'm about to relocate. Hidden location, hidden bunker. You won't be able to find me. I'm just messing with you guys. I appreciate you all. Hey, let me give me just 33 seconds here. All right, we're back in action. Thank you guys. Sorry for that delay. I've literally had like, God, I keep on saying I want to cut back on coffee. I've had like, what is this, my 4th or 5th cup today? I'm just like freaking wired in, man. Oh, it's not good. Not good. Need to cut out the caffeine. Probably try to go down to like 1 cup a day. Is what I'm going to try to do. Let's zoom in on the 5-minute chart here for XRP. Let's watch this thing closely. Okay. Thank you for tuning in today, guys. March 6th, Sunday session. Cryptocurrency update was at the start of this. We already did the current events situation report before we did this one. So if you guys missed that, make sure you guys go check it out. If you guys could hit the thumbs up for me, that would be greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. Yep. Thank you guys for tuning in. 1 cup. That sounds boring. TikTok. Thank you. YouTube. It's a pleasure always. Okay. 5-minute chart on the XRP. Couple little green candles, but remember we're way zoomed in right now. Way zoomed in. See what this thing does. Any final questions here, guys? It's been a pleasure as always. Algo moving up. Looks like the whole market might be moving up. What is in the Discord? We have the conversations that we can't have here, and we talk about how to actually prepare ourselves. What we do is we go through all of our strategies. We have specific classes, real estate, DeFi. We're going to be having our security class coming up. We're about to be talking about life insurance too. What else? Yeah, we have all of our resources and all of our archived research on the ISO coins and utilities. All that's archived. And of course, it's a way to support the channel. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. But I'm not here to sell that anymore. I'm actually shutting it down. We have 67 spots left on my Discord before I probably am going to be locking it down. How many XRP do I have? A few. It was great to see Linda P. Jones have the same perspectives as you on XRP. I know. Okay, answer this question for me. Well, no, because I've heard it talked before, but I feel like I'm the one that got this thing circulating again. Because my ultimate XRP equation video got shared by Digital Asset Investor, Digital Perspectives. That like got it circulating again, which it had been talked about in the past, but I feel like I got that party started again with like trying to calculate out 10% of Swift, what would price have to be at. Like the XRP community's been talking about it, but I feel like I brought it back to the forefront with my ultimate XRP equation video. But yeah, Linda P. Jones, yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Appreciate you guys. And we just hit 28,000 on YouTube, so thank you guys so much for sharing this message with other like-minded individuals. We've been on a tear with YouTube, TikTok as well, and I appreciate you guys helping get this message out. Okay, seriously, if you're going to be this straight-faced and serious, wear a tie. David, I'm sorry, bro. I told you, bro, I'm on like 4 cups of coffee, haven't ate anything, and I'm just freaking wired. Do I think there'll be a settlement? Yeah, I already answered that. Your guess is as good as mine. How many people from Dubai? We got some Dubai in the house. Yeah, we've been getting a lot of Middle East. We've been getting all over the world. I love to see that. Love to see it. Poland in the house. Thank you. Tell us about your off-grid farm plan. I love gardening just because it's so peaceful and relaxing. Yeah. I've had a garden even in my little townhouse that I live in. I just outside on my little piece that I have here. I had, what did I have? Broccoli. Did some broccoli, we did some lettuce. I feel like it's so relaxing and stress reliever. I like gardening. At my old place I had a whole vegetable garden. Full works. I used to raise ducks and geese too. So yeah, I'm not a crypto nerd, tech savvy person by any means. I run a landscape business. I can't wait to buy a huge fat ranch. And my plan is to be so far away that I'll have to fly in by chopper to get to civilization. That's my goal, is to fly in by chopper. Or I'll ride in on my horseback. It'll be like a week-long trek there and back to the city to get supplies. Have I ever grown? You guys are funny. Yeah, ducks and geese are stinky. You gotta have a good place for them. Oh, I've done chickens too. Um, I love ducks. Ducks are so much more playful. They'll interact with you much more than chickens. I love ducks and geese. Geese can be a little bit vicious, but geese are loud and they have much bigger droppings. So yeah, it's messy. It's messy. But at my old place, I used to have like I was on 10 acres. And so I had like a swamp area that I was able to raise the ducks at. I built a duck house down by the swamp and it was the perfect setup. So I didn't have to smell them. They were away from me, but I had like a little swamp area that I could go release the ducks into, and then they could, run around in the little swamp area. It was awesome. That's living life. If you guys are wondering who I am, that is me in my moment. Nice cold beverage, pistol on my hip, go down, watch the ducks in the swamp. Yeah, I had the greenhouse, I had the garden, full works. No big livestock, but yeah, I had it going. Oh, but yeah, growing marijuana, yeah, I mean, it's big business out here. Our industry is so much farther along than a lot of the rest of the United States and Washington. Obviously, one of the first medical states, one of the first recreational states. So you drive around here, there's fat warehouses. It's all warehouse operations. And it's a racket for our government. Our state raises a bunch of money from the legal weed industry. Yeah. Fat warehouses. They reek. They reek. Like this, the smell coming from them is like lingering throughout the whole town. Delhi, 20 spot. Thank you. JP Morgan, are they going to steal XRP Thunder? Nope. They've been working with Ethereum from the very beginning though. But no, they will not steal XRP's Thunder. Absolutely not. Will I buy a mega yacht? No. The sea scares me. Even though I live near water and I'm not like scared of the water, but I've never been on like a cruise or anything like that. It kind of worries me out there. Where does Starlink Space Force fit into David Schwartz switch of the flip? Yeah, it's all here. It's all here. Oh, I meant to share. I didn't even go through all of my articles. I forgot. I forgot that I had way more articles to go through. Sam Sheffield with the 5 spot. Thank you. After the switch, I have this goal of having a high-end RV, setting my primary address to my parents' home, and just living tax-free. I love that. I love that. Just going off grid. Yeah. Love it. Love it. For me, I like being settled in. I like having all of my resources. I like having all of my security. I like being settled in. But I like the ability to move like that. You know, you get the high-end RV, get something that you can travel around on. Yeah. I don't like being away from my place. I'm kind of a homebody in that sense. I do like traveling, but I like to get out and then get back. You guys are so funny in the comments. Oh yeah, and I used to raise pigs. I've done it all, guys. Forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, we did do the pigs are cash cows. You can make some money off those guys. But man, we didn't even sell ours. We just stocked it up, gave it to friends and family. That was some of the best bacon I've ever had. Oh my god. We on all of our pork steaks, on all of our cuts, we had a nice 1/4 inch of fat, just the perfect amount. Talked to the butcher. The butcher said this is some of the best pork I've ever seen. We've done it all. We've done it all. Thoughts on central banks and staking? That's that's funny. How come I don't do any of that anymore? Well, for one, I just live in a little townhome where I barely even have a yard now. But I'm just too focused on my businesses now. So I like this setup. I like just having my office and just basically waking up and working. So I haven't had as much time for all that stuff anymore. No, Atomizer, Jeremiah Invest, he didn't make any valid points because what he doesn't understand is that Swift, yes, they don't settle, they're just messaging, but that's the whole problem. And that's the whole solution that XRP offers is it offers the messaging that is ISO 222 compliant and it actually does the settlement too. So that's the whole utility use case and problem that gets solved by XRP compared to a Swift. So he didn't have any valid points. I mean, yeah, he stated the obvious that Swift is just a messaging standard, but we know that. That's the problem. That's the utility. Yeah. Like many of these other guys, they think they got me. They think they're slick with it. It takes me 5 seconds to destroy their argument. It takes me 10 seconds to educate them. See, we got someone here in the chat. You're wrong about 10,000 XRP. That's fine. Even if we're 75% wrong and we still go to 3 digits, you don't have your bags packed. You're not going to partake in those gains. And I wish you the best. What do I think of Baba Cug's live stream? I heard you asking questions on there but didn't quite answer you. Yeah, so I asked Baba Cugs, I said, hey, can you just give us like a hint, kind of, I know you can't name drop. Can you just give us a hint at who you're connected to? And then the second question was, what do you think David was doing down in Antarctica? And he danced around those. He did not answer them. He said, specifically, I don't want to bite the hand that feeds me. And he said something about London. So, like they're from London, but I don't want to bite the hand that feeds me. And then in regards to Antarctica, he said, I don't know if you're talking about their, some theory about them meeting aliens, or I think David just wanted to see the sun, and then he dodged it completely. Yeah. Which, I mean, I get, because if someone asked me, you guys have asked me about Antarctica on here, and I make a joke about aliens, but I get it. I mean, I won't talk about it here on the public forum. So in that regard, I was just seeing if he would throw out anything. And then in regards to who he's connected to, I'll tell you guys right now on Baba Cugs. He comes from a banking or investment family. I think that his family is an investment firm or something like that. But they do have some banking ties too. And I believe, this is my speculation on who he is and what he is doing. He's connected, right? His family business. And then I believe that he's a Mason. He's a Freemason. I don't know what level or degree. It's not that really hard to get in the Freemasons on the lower levels. So, he could just be a lower end guy. I don't know how well he's connected. But I suspect that he's a Freemason. He's tied in a little bit with the banking system there in Canada, or through his investment firm that I think that his family runs. But I believe that he's a good decoder. He's, good with the riddles. He's studied a lot of the occult. He's studied a lot of that ancient knowledge. And he loves to troll the XRP community. He's really good. And his ego makes him want to be the most known decoder, the best riddler, whatever. But, I'm not going to dismiss the fact that he's been pretty good. He's good at what he does. But other than that, I mean, yeah, I listen to him, see what he says. But he's just a Canadian kid that has some connections, and he's good at trolling. He's good at decodes. He studied the occult. He's probably a low-level Mason. That's not impressive. I know. I'm just going to say, I can't say. Yeah, it's not that impressive, really, to be a low-level Mason. If Baba is a Mason, then he'd be lying. He said that he's not a Mason. Well, if he's not a Mason, well, for one, I don't trust him. And yeah, I don't trust him at all. But yeah, he could either just be lying, or, maybe he's not. Maybe he's not. I don't know if he's part of any societies or secret societies, any groups or entities like that. But he might just be tied in, a couple banking friends. He's, tied into the system up there, whatever. Maybe he knows a couple bankers in London, but he can glorify it and act like it's much bigger than it really is. It's basically what I'm saying. It's very easy to do. I know Masons that are not entry level. Yo, what's up, Will? How you doing, brother? Good to see you, man. Seen any more about the Russian gold standard? What's up? Yeah, yeah, exactly. This was one of the articles that I meant to cover. I didn't actually save it, but I wanted to follow up. You guys remember, excuse me, we were covering this week how they were going to vote on Friday to remove the 20% VAT tax on bullion. So I went a little bit further digging, and back in 2019, they actually removed the VAT tax on, I got this kind of mixed up, but basically not bullion, not like gold bars, but they removed it on like stocks, like gold stocks and stuff like that, or something like that. But now on Friday, they voted and they did end up removing. I only was able to confirm it from like one or two sources. It's really, really hard because no one's covering it. You have to like DuckDuckGo it and try to find it. But from my understanding, they did pass it on Friday to remove the 20% VAT on gold bullion. So that's actual bars. That's the actual physical metals. So that is going to be an incentive for the Russian people to start actually buying and holding gold. And remember, guys, this isn't just Russia. This is also China's been stocking gold. You have all of the other BRICS nations that are doing all of their deals without the US dollar, without SWIFT. and they're holding record amounts of gold. So yeah, I followed it up, and you guys can go check yourselves and see. But on Friday they voted, and I believe that they did remove that 20% VAT tax, which is a value add tax. So yeah, they're pushing the metals. Talk about the national debt, almost 31 trillion. This has to be one of the biggest reasons why crypto, especially XRP, will fly someday. Yeah, they actually, I believe that they're going to tokenize debt too. But yeah, it's a huge, huge problem. Huge, huge problem. How does this relate to Basel III? It 100% relates to Basel III. I did my, yeah. So Basel III, what they just did is they created a 100% incentive to hold all of your reserves for the banks. And that got updated, what was that, last year? The Basel III got updated. So now you have an incentive to hold all of your gold reserves. D Sterling, what's up, man? Yeah, as far as the national debt, you have to remember, these are trillion-dollar problems that have to be solved. Our country's actually over $100 trillion in debt, though. The 31, that's just kind of what they have on like their balance sheet, but that doesn't include their unfunded liabilities, which should also be included on their balance sheet. If you really were trying to get to how much debt, how much liabilities the US government has, it's over $100 trillion because you have Social Security and Medicare as well as some others. It's like 50 trillion just in like Social Security. And that's going to be one of the big crises back in America here, is the unfunded liabilities, that is the pensions across all the states and cities. And that's what happened with the last couple bills that Congress has been passing, is they've been bailing out the broken, bankrupt blue states. And that's not left, right. It's just a matter of fact that most of the Democrat-run states are bankrupt as far as their pensions goes and other liabilities that they have. That's not a political statement. It's fact. Go look it up. And that's what they did with their most recent stimulus bills, is they were giving money to them to cover their shortfalls. That's why they were fighting for it so hard in the spending bills, because they had to bail out the bankrupt states. So many people are asking about putting their cryptos into a cold wallet. I do recommend it, yes. Talk about the national debt. I just did, right? See, the state debt is worse because they can't just print money. The states can't just decide to turn on the printers and bail themselves out. That's why they had to go and ask Congress in the most recent spending bills to bail them out. Do I really think there's going to be a gold standard again? Some version of it, or it's going to be one of the reserve assets. There's a piece to the new financial system that does include gold. I do believe that, yeah. DXY start to reverse tomorrow, commodities start flying, or opposite? It's a good question. I think, what did we didn't we share this earlier? Oh no, this was in the other update that I did. Commodities have seen the highest price increase since 1915 to start the year. This is the highest increase in commodities since 1915. And for the first time since 2008, we have gas prices above $4 across America since the last financial collapse. Looks like Algorand's having a Twitter space on March 8th, celebrating women in Web3. March 8th coming up. That's cool. Algorand making good moves there. Baba Cugs thinks I'm going to start buying some XLM. Not really sure why though. Have they done anything? Yep. Great point from Ben, BitBoy Crypto. If one person leaving a project makes you want to pull out your investment, then you aren't invested in a project, you are following a cult leader. Do I hold any of the other cryptos outside of ISO? Yeah, I do. If you go look at my portfolio exposed video, yep. Yep. Do I hold Ethereum? Nope. Nope. I won't touch Ethereum. I won't participate in that. I think that Ethereum's guilty of not only holding back crypto innovation in America, but holding back crypto innovation across the world, because the whole freaking cryptocurrency deal has been built under this Ethereum deal, which we now have confirmed that JP Morgan was in on Ethereum from the very beginning, which we already had suspected and already had pretty much confirmed actually. But yeah, it's not as decentralized as we were all led to believe. Ethereum, Consensus, MetaMask, Joe Lubin, the criminal free pass that was given to them by Gary Gensler, Jay Clayton, Bill Hinman, the whole gang, completely exposed. Ethereum still might make it though. That's the thing, is Ethereum still might make it and might be a big part of the new financial system just because Wall Street's in on it. They might do a slap on the wrist fine. Gary and the boys can come take a photo op and, you know, they'll settle up for $100 million, for $50 million, and then they'll carry about their ways. I don't expect any of those guys to go to jail. I don't expect anything. I expect slap on the wrist fines at best if they ever do get held accountable. Slap on the wrist fines. Have I heard of DAG? Yes, I have heard of DAG. When I put out my video on how to evaluate cryptocurrencies, when you're looking at DAG, you want to go and you want to compare who are they partnered with versus who's actually using their cryptocurrency. That's a good one to look at with that, because they have a partnership with the Department of Defense, right? Or yeah, DAG does, yeah. But they're literally just consulting our Department of Defense. They're not using the token. So people get really excited about DAG, and I get it, it's cool tech, but you have to look at what are the partnerships and who's actually using the token. Not just talking about using it, not just on the governing council like Hedera, HBAR. Richard Hart, man, he's so interesting with Hex and everything that they've done there. It's like the perfect Ponzi scheme in my opinion. It just doesn't feel legit. But God, I love the way that he trashes Ethereum and Bitcoin. I do love, he's entertaining. I mean, it's obviously an arrogant asshole, but I don't know. I don't get offended. He says that no one's using XRP though. That's not true. I'll take him up on that. Maybe we could get Richard Hart on here. Imagine that. Richard Hart versus XRP Maxi. Who will win? He'd be a tough one, man. I'd have to have my notes in order for that one. He's a smart guy. I still think I'd handle him without a problem. That'd be a fun one. Ooh, that'd be like a good clash right there. He's just a smart scammer. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like he created the perfect Ponzi scheme. And it's if you look at how he did it, I don't think that they'll be able to get him on it ever. I don't even know if the thing will collapse. It might actually work. It might actually end up working. It's crazy. He got around the SEC. Yeah, he's a smart guy. He's not stupid. Yep. It's like he created the perfect Ponzi scheme. They'll never be able to come back on him. It's a true decentralized Ponzi scheme. DAG mainnet is not live yet. The ledger is still private. So they haven't even released the mainnet? I didn't even know that about DAG. Also, Constellation provided the prototype 6 months before their deadline to the DoD. Yeah, I mean, that for me is something to watch. Maybe there's an opportunity there. I'm not saying that they're not going to get adoption, that they're not going to be used. It's just a lot of these companies consult. A lot of these companies have partnerships that are deals inked, but no adoption or actual like use of the coin is what I mean. Yes, yes, yes. I know Jeremiah running his mouth. Yeah, I don't worry about these guys. It's all just brings more attention, more people to our message. So I don't get concerned with that. Might have to hire him to make my thumbnails though. He knows how to make a good thumbnail. Mainnet goes live in Q2 or Q3. That's interesting. I got turned off of DAG because it was pumped by all the TikTok shills. So I got turned off of DAG. Same thing with vector space. It got pumped by the TikTok shills, so I've never taken a serious look at it. Will DAOs be a force to be reckoned with? Yeah, I mean, all of crypto is a force to be reckoned with, right? DAOs are going to be, yeah. You're losing faith in the crypto space? Yeah, I mean, 99% of them don't have real utility, solve real problems, so I've never had faith in 99% of this space. Yes, after regulatory clarity, you'll be able to stake your XRP all over the place, no problem. Any new info on Casino Coin? I was watching them on Twitter. They've kind of been doing a couple updates. Nothing big, nothing exciting. The main reason why I bought Casino Coin was just because it moves with XRP. After XRP pumps, you'll see the rest of the XRP ledger coins, some of the liquidity will flow back into them. So that's the main reason why I picked up Casino Coin, and because I think that the gambling use case is pretty solid, but you know, D Sterling with the 20 spot. Which crypto is backed by platinum? Which crypto is backed by palladium? I see. I don't do that theory. I don't do that theory. If you look at the new monetary financial system that we've covered, the one that's based off of Jim Rickards' theories, you have gold, then you have SDRs, and you have XRP that will be backed by a certain amount of SDRs which is backed by a certain weight in gold. So in that example, XRP is backed by gold in a sense, but I do not buy in the XLM will be backed by silver. I don't know. I don't buy into that the ISO coins are going to be backed by different metals, copper, palladium. I don't do that. No, they're going to be backed by their utility. And in that system, if it does roll out that way, if it's structured that way, it would be backed by gold in a sense, because it would be backed by SDRs, which would be backed by a specific weight of gold. But we're all speculating on how this new system will be rolled out, but I do not buy into that they will be backed by metals. Can they? Yes. Are the metals and commodities going to be put on the ledgers and the blockchains? Yes. But I don't really like, I don't think that's how it's going to be structured. Basically, that theory suggests that XRP will be pegged to gold, XLM will be pegged to silver, and then you go down the list of XTC and all that. I don't buy that. I don't think that's how it rolls out. I do believe, though, that XRP will be backed by gold or will be backed by SDRs. Did I just contradict myself? XRP is basically the only one that I think is going to have that reserve currency status, but it'll be a liquidity token. Can I explain Pax Gold? I'll be honest. I wouldn't invest in anything that they're telling you is backed by gold in the crypto space right now. I don't trust any of these guys. I wouldn't be investing in any of them. If you want metals, go buy a gold bar. Go buy a silver bar or coins or jewelry. I wouldn't own the paper stocks. I wouldn't invest in any of these crypto projects that are telling you that they're backed by gold. No, if they're not backed by gold, they're not fiat crypto, they're backed by utility. The value is derived from the utility and the value of the liquidity that the network provides. So that's why I've always said we don't need to be backed by metals. These protocols have value in themselves. They don't need to be backed by the metals. I know a lot of people, I don't know where that theory came up with, but we will 100% be backed by metals. Yeah, I mean, gold, I think, and silver are the reserve currencies. I did state that. I do state that. Yeah. They were reserve currencies and they will be reserve currencies. But we're all trying to speculate and put together all these theories on how it'll all be tied together. For me, I just know that my coins don't need to be backed by gold. They don't need to be backed by any other commodity. They're backed by the underlying utility that protocol provides, which is the interledger protocol, which can do trillions of transactions per second that XRP is built on. That is more guys, that's more value than gold. Although gold's been suppressed. So if gold does a 10x, it'll still be a $100 trillion market. That's cool. But Swift settles $1.2 quadrillion. Derivatives market, $1.4 quadrillion. So the value of those protocols is going to be worth more than gold. Gold is only a $10 trillion market cap, or give or take, whatever it is. About 10 trillion. So if you 10x gold and it goes to 20,000 per coin, the market cap would be 100 trillion or whatever. That's not even 1/5 the size of the derivatives market. It's not even really 1/10. of the derivatives market. Derivatives, it's funny how they calculate it. They tell you it's like $600-700 trillion. That's because they stopped calculating some of the derivatives. So you have like off balance sheet derivatives. The whole derivatives market's about 1.4 quadrillion. And then even at that, there's still off balance sheet, hidden shadow derivatives. We don't know how big the derivatives have gotten. Derivatives is the big, big beast of the whole financial system. Are you still working with Joshua Jake? What? I have never worked with Joshua Jake. Having trouble accessing your content on Discord? Any help, please, mate? You got to make sure that you signed up with the Patreon. Okay, you got to pay for Patreon and then go to your memberships and you should be able to find the Discord link there. If not, shoot me a message on Patreon. I'll send you the link when I get off this. How can we calculate how much is in the derivatives market? Seems like everyone is just guessing. No, it's not. It's we know on balance sheet it's about 500 to 700 trillion, depending on who you get the figures from. And the guesses are between 5 and 7. And it's not a guess, it's what's on balance sheet. But they switched how they calculate the derivatives market back, I believe, around the previous financial collapse. And so now we have a bunch of like off balance sheet derivatives that they don't necessarily include in the derivatives market. I should put together a whole video explaining this in detail properly. But yeah, it's over 1 quadrillion. And some estimates have it at like 2-3 quadrillion. There's no way of knowing because you have a bunch of like, basically you just have a bunch of contracts. That's what derivatives are, is it's a contract for something. So there's no way to really have the total amount. But yeah, I mean, it's quadrillions. Do I live near the Bare Naked Crypto guy? No. He's on the east side of Canada. I'm on the west side, and I'm in America. Any thoughts on XLM or XDC? Yes, yes. Good, good. Should we sell off? 90% of people lose their bags trading. So just be careful when you do that. I took all my money from the bank account. LOL, preparing for the inevitable blackout. Yeah. I pulled a little bit of cash out yesterday. Want to maybe have a little bit of cash on hand. I've been stocking up on essentials. And so, yeah, I'm ready to ride the storm. The storm's here, guys. Rushed is now gold back. What's your thought on CBDCs? See, this is the main thing is the question was who can back their CBDC by actual value? Whether that's gold, silver, oil, like what can the countries back their CBDC by? As we move away from fiat, not backed by anything, into the new system, it's all a matter of what can a country back. So Russia and China both have massive gold reserves. They can back their CBDC by gold or by oil or by a basket of commodities. When you see Brad Garlinghouse or Charles Hoskinson on a live feed running double up on my XRP or Cardano, they send me 2,000 XRP and I will send you back 4,000. What is going on? It's a scam. They're all scams. By the way, I will never use WhatsApp, and I can't block all the scammers. It would literally be a full-time job watching my TikTok feed and watching my YouTube. It would literally be a full-time job waiting for these guys to pop up and then blocking them. I can't block them fast enough. I will never use WhatsApp, and I'll probably, I won't DM you first. You can DM me, but I'll probably never DM you first, right? Just bought 90 Hot Pockets, 1 month of food, and are you prepped? Well, the problem is, how are you going to heat up those Hot Pockets? You got to think about that. You got to think about this situation, right? If you're without power, can you cook? Think of that. How will you cook without power? If you load up on rice and beans, are you going to be able, I mean, yeah, if you absolutely have to, but is that going to be enjoyable? See, during that time, I don't want to be eating rice and beans for 10 days straight. I want to be able to mix it up a little bit. If you have a generator, how much gas do you have? Is your gas good? Do you have oil for your generator? See, this goes deep. This is what we talk about in our Discord group. Is the levels to the game. Just like anything, there's levels to the game. Country boy can survive. That's right. Do you know how to skin a buck? And the other thing is, yeah, your water. Guys, it's been a pleasure. I'm about to go out, enjoy this beautiful day with the family, go take London Princess on a walk, and I hope you guys have a blessed Sunday. If you do want to access the community, okay, you guys see the links, head to zachrector.com and you can get access. Sign up for the Patreon. We'll send you the link to the Discord. We'll get you in there. We have about 60 spots remaining before we lock her down. I appreciate all of you guys so much. If you can, hit the thumbs up for me on the way out and continue to spread this message with other like-minded individuals. I would greatly appreciate that. If you want access to the links for merch, for the exchanges or wallets that we recommend, they're all linked up down below as well. As always, it is a pleasure. We are going to keep our eyes on the target, our eyes on the prize. We're going to watch the destruction. We're going to be prepared for the rebirth. We've positioned ourselves perfectly, and God bless you all. We'll see ya. Thank you guys. Thank you.